Hey guys, so you ever had this problem happen to you before? You go to make a custom map or just copy any old BFME map and boom, you got these weird square shadows floating all around. Ever want to know how to fix this problem? Well, I'll tell you exactly how to do it right now. It's actually pretty easy. So, here's what you do. The problem is all about what's called the light map. So the light map, I'm not entirely too sure precisely everything that goes into this concept, but it's basically what it sounds like. It takes care of all of your shadows and shaders and all of that, including your cloud formations. So here's what you do. Very, very simple. So we're going to go out and we're going to pull up a couple of different folders here. What you want to do is you want to type into your search bar over there %appdata% right here. %appdata%. Now, I'm going to pull this up. When you do that, this is to find your custom folders, your custom map folders, I should say. App data, you're going to be here. Okay. Going to go to roaming. And then go to Age of the Ring. And go to maps. Alright, so in this particular case, I named it Airborne WB Test. And that's where it is. And there is your file. Alright, now I bring this up because you're going to notice that it's missing a file that we'll put in here in a little bit that's in all of the other maps. It's going to say map with a little cogwheel next to it. Alright, so what you want to do next is you want to go to your default installation path for Age of the Ring. That's what I'm using in this case. You can do that same thing for Rise of the Witch King, your vanilla game, or your BFME 2 game. It's a little bit more complicated because you have to extract all the map files and all of that, but it's pretty straightforward. This is how you do it all the same once you get into your map collections. Alright, so you go on over to your Age of the Ring install path, AOTR, and then go on over to Maps, and you're going to find the map that you just copied it from, if you're copying it, of course. Scan all the way down. I copied it from this. Okay. And this is what you want. You want to get that light map from here. So just copy and paste it. Boom. And now, because I already have the map open, I'm going to just restart it. And now, shadows are all correct. Not a problem whatsoever. Real simple. And if you need to know how to do it in ROTWK and BFME2, I have a tutorial on how you can extract all the different maps in the game into its own little file. I have a tutorial on that. I think it's episode 1. It might be episode 2 of my World Builder series. Pretty straightforward stuff. And by the way, in case I didn't make it clear earlier, you can do the same thing in copying other maps, light maps, or map.inis over to the same one that I just did it. If you follow me, you can copy other maps, map.inis to other maps to correct those light maps. Now they might end up being a little funky. Most of the time it turns out to be just fine if you don't really fully understand how to adjust all of those things in the light map or the map.ini. If you pull it up, this is what it actually looks like. Your water transparency, your weather, like your fog colors, cloud texture sizes, and a bunch of other stuff here that I don't really know enough about. Um, I would imagine that most of the time you'd probably want to just be using a lot of this, the weather, water transparency, and cloud textures. Pretty much anything here, I bet. And you'd probably have to just keep fiddling around with that to get it to the way that you would want it to be to get it to your specifications. And you can get some pretty groovy stuff going here. There's a couple of maps that I've seen in AOTR, for instance, like for the season where they would have like a spooky map, and it'd have like red fog. So there's all kinds of funny stuff that you can do with it. I've never really fiddled around with it myself, but I know that you can do this. So, and doing this with the custom light maps, or not custom light maps, but other maps, map.inis, and light maps and all that, it also works for your own custom map. So if you want to make your own map from scratch, naturally it's not going to come with its own map.ini. You have to make one yourself. So you can always use any other map as a map.ini as a template for your own custom one. So just make sure, of course, that you make your own, your own, what you call it, your little mini map here in order to get that to come up in your map list. And there's tutorials out there for that. I don't know how to do all that myself. I've never really taken the time to do my own full custom map. I just know a couple of things about all of that. And I know this is one of the things that you kind of need in order to get that to work right. So there you have it. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, just let me know. I'm not a pro on any of this stuff whatsoever. I just like to cover certain things that I do know. I would always recommend, if you have any big technical questions, just take it on over to one of the BFME forums, like the Third Age, or any of the discords, particularly the Age of the Ring discords, T3A Discord, and all of that. So, but I'm always glad to try to help whenever I can. Well, anyways, that's about it. Thank you. Bye.